Hi guys, very welcome to my number 12 of my Houdini rigging tutorial series. I apologize that you missed me last Monday because of my cold. In this tutorial we will look at the finishing the blocking of the bunny's weights using the tools that we learned in previous tutorial. I show you now the list what we gonna go through. First we just mirroring roll bone. We will capture geometry, align capture pose, and a block is stage extreme poses using keyframe animation. And we will block our weights using edit capture region tools. Okay, let's begin with the first one, mirror roll bone. As you see here, we have only roll bone for the left side. Now we have to mirror it to the right side. First we have to unparent this null from our elbow bone, otherwise it will just mirror across this pivot point. Be sure that your position when parenting is on. We just separate and separate connection, and we go to modify and activate mirror, and here we have to select these two nodes. We go over the viewport and press enter, and as you see here we have now the roll bone for the right side, and now we have to just reconnect the left and sorry, just go back just to elbow. Okay, that's it for the first part, and second part we just capture geometry. Let's do it. I will do it from scratch, and therefore as you see here I already deleted every sub underneath the convert sub. And also what I like to do is just by pressing Shift Z you get these layers here, and I just deactivate everything and show only bones, and I will just disable this null objects here, and I would just turn off the display capture regions. In this case, as I already mentioned, Houdini shows the deform region in this case, because if you like to see the capture regions you have to go to edit, object, and just show the capture pose. Okay, now we need we have to go back to our geometry container and create deform bone deform sub. Oops. I think I just grab wrong one. Bone capture, and we have to specify extra regions. I will use the script as we already wrote in a previous tutorial. You have to be careful because I hard-coded the path to my capture sub here. As you see, in my case this is object bunny underscore skin and capture 1, and we have to now select all bones. Just deactivate everything, activate bones, and now we have to select only bone objects. That's why I'm deselecting the nulls, and we press apply. Now if we come back to our geometry container, you will see the extra regions now filled with the bone objects. As you see here, as I already mentioned, now the bone or the deformed region are shown here in the viewport. And if we switch to the capture regions, you see our capture regions are on the grid because as we created the bones, we created bones on a grid, and after we just moved them to the position to match our geometry. Okay, now we have to go to the align capture pose to make our deform region match our capture, or capture region match our deform region. Sorry. Okay, first I will show what's happened if we just activate the use capture pose. You see nothing happens here because we have to go back to our none, and you see we have just look at it why it's not working here, because normally we have to okay, maybe I also use a bone deform, and now you see if we activate the use capture pose, we have the weird deformation here because our capture region is here on the grid. Okay, let's do the step number 3, align capture pose. Okay, let's select joints and just use align capture pose. First, if you activate this align capture pose, you have to specify the method. In our case, the method is match capture pose with deform regions, because as you saw before, our deform regions are here and they're matching the position of our geometry, but our capture regions are on the grid, and therefore we have to first select the bones, just select everything or hide everything and show only bones. The same thing, we have to select all bones and deselect the null object. And now we have to press this align capture pose button. And now if we go back to our capture regions, you see we have a perfect match. Our deform regions matching now the capture pose. Okay, let's move to the blocking stage, extreme poses using keyframe animation. We will begin to work from a tip to the shoulder, then from a tip of the toe to the body here, to the tip of the ear, to the head, and after we correct the capture regions of the body, neck, and head. Okay, let's begin with the setting extreme poses on the bones. First, what I like to do is change our object display to the none, and now can grab this control object with Alt left mouse button. We will set the keyframe. We'll go to frame number 12, and I will maybe rotate this minus 90 degree and press with Alt left mouse button again. Now we have an animation here, and now we have to correct the capture regions. Okay, we move to the rigging tab here, and we can select the bone. In this case, maybe it's better to select it in the support or in not editor, and now we just say edit capture regions. Oh, that's a bit. Now we have it, and now you can just grab this gizmo here by pressing Shift. You can just adjust it. As you see here, we have no color feedback on our geometry. First, I like to activate the and our capture sub. We just change paint coloring to the color by capture region, and as you see here, now we have the color feedback of every capture region. Now we can select our bone. Now edit capture region. Something funny. Okay, now you have to just press Shift and adjust the capture regions. As you see, now we have some kind of deformation here, and yeah, maybe we can adjust it better. Just can go down here and okay, something maybe like that, because now we're just blocking the weights. As you see, I think it will be better to make a bit wider here. And now let's see, yeah, maybe this way. Okay. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, great. And now we have to delete the animation on this bone and just move to the next one here. And therefore just press with right mouse button, and I will say delete channels. And now we go here, and I press with the Alt to create a keyframe. Now we rotate about 90 degrees, press with Alt again, and now the same procedure. Select the bone, go to the edit capture region. Okay, now we can just grab the gizmo by pressing Shift, and we try now to, okay, now let's see, yeah, that's good. Now just move on to the next one, the same procedure here. delete the animation. And now I'll press and then now the same thing, respawn, activate, edit, capture region. As you see here we have something. Oh, I forgot. I don't know why it's the keyframe is not showing here. But anyway, I just press the shift button and let's see. Okay, good. Let's move on to the roll bone. The same thing. We have to deselect or delete the channels here on this one. And now you see we can animate this one, but I think I just will do it without animation. We just select the arm roll and just edit the regions here, and as you see here we can just press shift and yeah, something like that. Okay, let's move on to this one. And we will use Alt to set the keyframe on frame 1. And now I like to set the keyframe also here. And as you see, it's pretty good now the waiting here, and therefore we don't need to do any adjustments. And now what I like to do, I will delete also the keyframe animation here. We try it here. As you see here, the deformation also pretty decent here. Maybe we can adjust this guy on a fly without animation, or if you like you can just set a key here and also down here. And now let's see the capture regions of a shoulder. And let's try. Oh, there's something funny here. Okay, let's see. Maybe 90, 80. Okay, now we have this. And okay, let's see what we can do. I think that's a bit better. Okay, and now let's repeat the operation for, or actually what I would do now, just let it to you, just correct the ear and also the foot, because this is the same procedure. And now we move on to the body. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now we select our spine bone, and we go to the edit capture regions, and now let's just press the shift button, and you see we need a bit more. I go back and press the shift, and you see we can adjust. These areas. I think it's good this way. Now move on to another one. Edit capture regions for spine 2, and we will do the same thing here using the shift, and also here. Okay, let's move on to the spine 3. The same thing, and maybe we will just press shift. Okay, and maybe I will leave a bit place for the clavicle, and after we can paint the weights on a clavicle or adjust capture regions of the clavicle too. Okay, let's move on to the neck bone. Edit capture region. The same thing here. Just press shift and press shift. Okay. Maybe a bit less here. I mean, you can always set keyframe adjust, but in this case, I think it's we're just blocking the weights now for the body and head, and after in the next tutorial we will go through with the paint weights tool, and we'll adjust the areas where we have issues. Okay, now move on to the head. Last not least. Oops, sorry, I had it already here. Oops. Good, press shift and something like that. Press shift. Now I can just grab this way. And okay, now we have it. You see here we have we can adjust a bit the capture region here on a hip. Okay, now we just block the weights on a capture regions, and that's it for this tutorial. I hope you like it. If you like this tutorial, just leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next Monday with another tutorial. Okay, bye.